Hi guys, today I'm going to talk to you about a task that I need to complete, and that is to replace my screen. So yeah, I was a little bit lazy for a minute there, kind of 50% lazy and 50% I could not find my screen, and I didn't want to go buy more when I knew that I had screen. So my screen got pretty bad. This was what the screen looked like before. And then see, I had holes, and the bees kept coming inside the house through the holes, so it was not serving its purpose anymore. So I'm trying to, I have a feeling this is going to be shaped weird, but okay, we'll figure it out. Let's see how it works. So I was going to reuse this screen and just, not reuse it, I'm sorry, I was going to use it as my form for cutting, but it's pretty narrow. I mean, they cut it pretty close. So I'm going to show you how to do it if you don't have a form like that, but I did something ridiculous and forgot my scissors, so hold on. Okay, I'm back. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm using my good scissors. I don't really want to, but I have to. Alrighty. So the first thing I'm going to do, this is the good side. I have a few holes in this side. It looks like a moth got to it. So what you do is you take your frame and you lay it down. I'm going to match it up to the edge as best as I can, and you just cut right around the edge, the perfect right on the edge of it. So I'm going to make sure that I'm up on it and even, because the truth is, guys, you would rather have a little bit more than not enough. So kind of holding it tight because I don't want, it's making cutting a little funky, but I don't want it to be, maybe if I pull here, let's see. Okay, come on. That kind of rips actually pretty easy. Ooh, I forgot about that part. Well, that's good. Okay. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is, see there's a little, this is the right side of the screen and it's flat. And then on the wrong side, there's like a little ridge right inside here, near the inside of the screen. So what you want to do is make sure you take your screen and you're going to lay it on the wrong side. Then, and you're going to make sure that the edges are about as lined up as possible. See, I'm going to line them up. Now, I had to redo the camera, so it's, I'm going to do my best to see if I can show you what I'm doing. Let's see. Can you see that? Kind of, huh? Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is, after I pretty much line it up on here, I'm turning it over so that, like, 'cause it's been, rolled up. So if you do the curled side down, it sticks on it a little bit better. And a little bit down this way. There we go. Now I like to take some tape. Doesn't matter what kind of tape you use. probably something not too sticky. You take off a big enough piece so that you can put it on. See that? So you can stick it right there. And yes, Candy, what can you do? And you can bring it around and tape it, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you haven't pulled it away from up here. So you have to constantly be paying attention to your edges. So now I'm bringing this around and up like that. Okay. That's going to hold it, this is going to hold it in place until I put this in. This is going to hold it in place. It's going to be its forever adhesive, whatever you want to call it. Okay, hold on, let me see. So, and it's nice and snug too, see? So that way you kind of know how it's going to be. Now on this side sticks out over a little bit more, partly because I kind of did a wow in it. As long as this other side over here, wait, can you see it? As long as this side is to the edge, it doesn't matter how far over this side is, just so long as this one's to the edge. Okay. Get my final piece of tape on. It's already looking good. Look at that. No more bees are going to come inside my house. I'm pretty excited. Okay, so this is the other thing. Now I'm reusing this. You can buy it new, and sometimes it's a little bit easier to work with because it's a little bit more pliable. This one's is a little bit stiffer because it's been in the window for a long time. But I don't know where the one I have is, and I don't want to go buy more, and I really can't afford to buy more. So, can you see it? I'm starting on the corner right here. And then, and you push it down in there, but, ooh, what did I do with it? Ah, here it is. Now there is a tool that you use for putting screen in. It's got like a little wheel on it, and you sort of run it up, and it just pushes it right down in there and makes it super fast and super easy. And guess what? I have one of those too. But I don't know where it is, and I have some... ooh, look at that. I'm going to have to straighten that out, I guess. See, look, it went way over up there. See, and you're just going to have to pay attention to that kind of stuff as you go. Make sure, as you go, that you are where you are to be. And of course, my alarm system goes off. So then I'm going to take this and I'm going to press it down in here. And you don't want to use a flat nose screwdriver because it can cut this. See what I'm doing? I'm pressing it down in there. And and if it's really, really brittle, you could like cover it with maybe a piece of rope or something and press it down in there, and it'll act like a buffer. See, it's going right on in there, and so soon I'm going to have a screen. So, and that little tool that you can get to do it, like I said, makes it go much, much faster, much, much easier. But it's not impossible to do it. If you have anything, I mean, shoot, I could use like a spoon. Here, let me see. Let me see, guys. You don't have a screwdriver, do it with a spoon. The back of a spoon. Look at that, going right on in. Okay, so there's things you can use other than tools if you have to. Just make do with what you have. I'm going to go back to this. I think this one might be a little bit easier. Let's see. I don't know, the spoon was 50-50. It was, had a little roll to it. And so, when I get close to the tape, I'm going to take it off, but I'm going to wait. Just want to be careful that you don't cut your screen as you're going. So try to keep it as much inside this little thing as possible. And that's another reason you do not want to use the Phillips head screwdriver. Phillips head will cut it. I can run it along there, see? Yeah, actually the spoon helps for the finishing part. I don't want to cut my screen though. It's one thing that I'm trying to be very careful not to do. Because even with the spoon you could do that. It's fragile material. There we go. Okay, we have our first side in. Looks good. Yeah, almost like a professional. Okay, I will come back when I am closer to done so we can finish up. And see, I just went around the corner there. Went right on around the corner. I'm going to make sure it's good and tight in there. In that corner, that's important. So, and then when you're done, you can run along. See, sometimes you can feel a little bit ripply. And if it's ripply, you can just go to that one spot and press it down a little bit more in that spot. And it lives in that groove. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm on the last home stretch. I'm going to take my last piece of tape off. Just so you can see, it's nice and tight. I like it. Turned out good. So, get the last of it and you can line up you can pull it a little tight if you need to, line it up, make sure you're going to have plenty to go to the end, but usually you just do this. If you bought the cord and you're not reusing it, it comes in a roll and you don't cut it until you get to the end, because sometimes it kind of stretches and sometimes you fall short. So you just wait until you get to the end. But this one was already here and I know that it was the right length. It's like a millimeter short. Who knows, maybe it was like that to begin with. So then I'm going to run my fingers along to make sure it feels like it's all the way inside the, see, like there's a spot right here. I'm going to press it down in there because I don't want this to pop out or have any area where the bugs can get in. The main reason that I have a screen, I mean, some people have them for security, and some people have them to keep the insects out. I mainly have them to keep the bees out, because for some reason bees just absolutely love the inside of my house, and my son's being allergic to bees makes that a very unpleasant adventure at the least. And an adventure it is, because we have to get the bee out. We don't want to hurt the bee, but we know the bee is going to hurt us. So, running my finger all the way along, feels good, and I think we're good. And look at that, turned out great. Okay, so then the final thing I'm going to do is scissors. Oh, scissors. There they are. Is, like I said, you would rather have a little bit too much than not enough, because then you can just go along and it kind of pretty much slides, you know, like material, you know. Just don't pull too hard on it. And there you go. And then this bad boy is going to go in the window. It just sort of zips right along. See? Now that one was already short. See, watch. Zip. And voila, guys, here's my perfect screen. I'm going to get it up, and now it's not going to look like a ghetto screen anymore. Cool, and the bees will stay out. Alright guys, I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, comment below. Like, share, and subscribe. God bless.